I'm Margot Robbie and I play Anne Burden, and currently we are in Methven, which is the second shooting location for the film in New Zealand. Anne Burden is sort of like the protagonist of the story. She's the only female character, and to begin with, think she's perhaps the only person left in the world, and then the other two blokes show up and we have an interesting little love triangle. The movie begins and you see the way Anne's surviving the post-apocalyptic world, though the film never really, and nor does the book I don't think, really delves into why you're in this post-apocalyptic circumstance, I suppose. It's more about the relationships more so than the circumstance, which I think is really an interesting way to do a post-apocalyptic film. To begin with, you see the way she lives, and she's obviously extremely lonely, and shortly after that, Chiwetel's character arrives on her property, and he's very sick. He becomes very sick. She looks after them. They form a weird relationship. It's a really interesting dynamic because there's always the question of, are they the last two people left on Earth? Does that mean they have to be together? But under ordinary circumstances, they probably wouldn't be together. About halfway through the film, or even perhaps a little more, Chris's character comes into it, and then that just throws a spanner in the works, because then there's this extra dynamic, and Chiwetel and my character have finally got, a rhythm going, and kind of finally formed this strange but sort of kind of a nice relationship. And then Caleb, on the other hand, I think he comes into the picture, and they have an instant, she's obviously instantly attracted to him, and he has this charm, and he's from where she's from. There's something about him feels very familiar, so they have this instant rapport, and it escalates a lot quicker, but isn't necessarily a good thing either. Anne's really sweet. I think she's a very good-natured person. She always believes the best in people. I think some people may see her as a bit of a pushover. I don't think that she might be a bit of a pushover in a sense that she's a people pleaser, and she just wants to make people happy, and always diffuse the tension. And if that means sacrificing what she wants in a situation in order to achieve that, then she will. But her strength is in other areas. She has a very strong faith, and that's a big part of the film. But she's also very young. She hasn't had a lot of life experience, so she's learning a lot of these life lessons throughout the film, and making mistakes along the way, and obviously very repentant for them. Craig is the best. He is so good. He is such a good director, and he's very calm and cool on set. He doesn't yell. He never yells, ever. He's really lovely. He's very approachable. I don't think any crew member would be scared to approach him and ask him a question. I think that's a really good way to work. I don't think sets run as efficiently when there's a hierarchy, or when different departments don't communicate with each other. When everyone can communicate together and work for a unified purpose, things just run so much quicker and so much more smoothly. It's just a more efficient way of working, I think. So yeah, I mean, and it starts at the top. It starts with your director, so he kind of leads by example, and the sets, it's just a really nice place to work, and I think he's a big part of that. One of the best things about working with Craig is that every take was different, and he really allowed for the workshopping process, which was so much fun as an actor. It was just like, yeah, there was endless possibilities, and Craig always had these amazing ideas, and I'd obviously gone through and done a lot of work beforehand, and written down, many options and ways we could play it, and then we might get there on the day, and depending on how Chiwetel or Chris played a scene, we could totally change our mind, and something might happen on the day, and suddenly we're like, oh, well, yeah, we definitely, each take, one take to the next could have totally different intentions, and sometimes they would be as basic as you know, something, you know, it might just be like, play a really church girl on this one. Like, and, or sometimes I'd do a take and I'd be like, he'd be like, do you want to do something different? I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to do it that all I want to do is to play Scrabble with them tonight. You know, just something random like that. So, yeah, we had endless, endless options for the takes. Changed a lot.
I didn't see anyone alive for over a year. My dad told us he can't leave the valley. As long as we stay here, we'd be protected.
Hey! Get out of there! Who are you? You just need to get out of the water, please.
It's just crazy this is still here.
We need to build a race at the top there. It's enough to spin a generator.
How much wood do we need?
Sorry?
And it's because of him that we survived that... Hey, no, it's all right.
This guy could be anybody for all we know. It's fine, it's good. You all be white people together. That's fine, okay?
Why are you saying this?
Talk about your belief, Mr. Loomis. But it was us believers, don't you think?
You fancy a wager on which one of us bags him? What do we stake? Damn.
All the fucking time, okay?